Today we're going to talk about hydration. When it comes to hydration, it's important just like it is for humans. Let's say you have a headache or the flu or any kind of sickness, usually hydration is where we start. It's the same with cats. But with cats, it's a little bit more difficult to measure things like how much water they've been drinking, the color of their urine, and other ways that we determine hydration with humans. So how do we determine the hydration of cats? The first way is through their scruff. Now, this method doesn't work as well on neonatal kittens because their skin is really thin and they're pretty small. But I'm going to show you what it looks like on a kitten and a grown cat so you can take a look and compare. This is Albie. Albie came to me as a neonatal, just a few days old, came with a slew of problems, but is doing great now. First thing we're going to do is check his scruff. So as you can see, it bounces back really quickly. It's a little harder to tell in the black cats, but that's a great bounce back. This is Stumpy. Stumpy is my own personal cat and field foster. So we're going to start with the scruff test. Great, it looks good. It's a little slower than Albie's, but it looks fine to me. The second method is by checking their gums. So this method does work a little bit better on neonatal kittens. And we can look at, again, a kitten and an adult cat. Back to Albie, we're gonna take a look at his gums. Like most animals, cats do not like humans sticking their fingers in their mouths. So I'm just gonna touch my finger to his gum. It's not sticking. There's some slip there. It's slightly dry, but if I touch my own gums, it's gonna be pretty similar. If it's really tacky, that's how you know that they are dehydrated. Thanks, Albie. And now for the really fun part, sticking my fingers in his mouth. So, yep, his feel great. There's some slick there. I can slide my finger around. It's not too sticky. So he is nice and hydrated. Thanks, Stumpy. When it comes to neonatal kittens, what I usually do is I'll try these two, but if they don't really yield very consistent results, I'll give them some fluids and see how their little bump looks after a few cc's and assess from there. With neonatal kittens, you can also look at their bellies. So if their bellies have like scrunchy marks on their stomach, that means they're very dehydrated. So hopefully they don't get to that point. But again, with them, it's a little bit harder to tell, so I use fluids as my indicator, subcutaneous fluids. I hope this video helped you understand how to check your cat's hydration so that you can best move forward on the next steps, as well as let your vet or your foster care coordinator know exactly how your cat is doing and whether or not they may need fluids.